Hello and welcome to today's video, and in today's video I want to talk about spot price. I want to talk about a few things that have been going on concerning buying and selling and where the price I think may or may not be going. Please bear in mind I am not a speculator, I'm a facilitator of trade, so I will not be forcing my views and my opinions on anyone. I need to get that out of the way before people watch my videos and say, oh, you said this, you said that. I don't have a crystal ball, but I have a pretty good idea of where I think it's going. But that is my views and my views alone. So let's talk about spot and what's been happening. Now, the things I'm putting in front of you are all things I've done trades for. Now, some clever chappie who was actually ahead of me this time. Usually I tend to do something and then people will after say, oh, that's pretty clever, and I will try that. That's not me bigging myself up. It's just I've tried to innovate where possible, because where you innovate, people like something different. But some clever chappie can't do ideas like let's trade spot for spot in terms of gold. I've got sovereigns and I want to trade for 21 ounces spot for spot, and I'm thinking he's not going to get that. He's really, and how wrong was I? He did. So I approached a gentleman I know and I said to him, I was like, I've got gold. I bought it way before the price rise. Would you entertain a swap? And I said to him, I was like, I do have some premium in there. It's not just crap I'm sending you. Like, I sent him a 20 lira. It was a 1968. It was probably rare, but I traded it for spot because I ended up paying about 180 for it, you know. Also, I paid spot plus one for these. But yeah, he ended up trading, so I got 6 of these. Actually, I got 10 of these. Six are milk spotted though, and I got 4 that were non-milk spotted. So these have been sold already. There's 3 there. There is 4, I can show you. Number 4, yay! So I bought these for 40 a coin in the trade. I said to him, I was like, I'll happily take them, I'll offer you a fair price. What did you pay? What can you do? He's like, I can do 40 coins. I was like, okay, done. And then he threw in a load of other things. So I end up getting a bar. I end up getting some Brits. I hope I got Brits. I've just sold 2 Brits. Yep, I did get some Brits. Both 2019s. That's an eagle. Some kangaroos I got. I got some Steamboat Willies. I got some Canadian stuff. These are 1.5 ounces, so if anything, he was over because there was 21.5 ounces. And I got 2 of these. I didn't trade a solve, I traded something else, but it worked out. Ironically, it worked out to 21 ounces. And he was happy. He also threw this in. And I said to him, when I got the stock in, I was like, this is premium stuff. I was like, this is not what I wanted. I wanted just run-of-the-mill crap that I could play on the spot price. And he was like, but I'm happy with the trade. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, that's fair enough. This has already been moved on. So I'm doing a trade for some Nazi coins. So this has been moved on with the same as the guy took the 4 lions. This is a really beautiful coin. Really beautiful. I can imagine myself having this series just in easels to showcase. Very nice. This is King Tut. There's a few in the series. I'm not too familiar with the series, in all honesty. I didn't jump on these when they came out. I didn't think there was going to be much of a market for them. But when spot price goes crazy, it's easy to find a market for them, especially when you pay a lot lower price, because people will buy anything if the value is there. So yeah, I end up getting that. And the only reason I could do this is because gold went up so high. Oh, it's gone up so high. I think, well, I'll tell you my views at the end of the video actually. It's gone up so high that I could trade out my gold, make a profit on the gold, and he could trade out his silver, and it's still a fair value deal for both parties. Now, like you said, he's happy with it. I'm happy with it. There's another gentleman I traded out a paid spot plus 1. I'm assuming he's made money on these. I'm trying to keep as many small bits of gold as possible for my reserve. I do store these. So anytime a deal comes up for that price, I'm going to take it. You know, personally, that doesn't matter. It's only bullion, guys. I like to pay less. But a spot plus 1 for small gold, you can't go wrong. You literally cannot go wrong. So I haven't worked out what I pay for these on my spreadsheet yet. I should know off the top of my head. I'm probably above water already. And also for a gram, you know. These are nice. A bit small for my liking. But they're nice nonetheless. I've never had one of these in. I'm pretty impressed with it, even though it's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. But a great little gift that is. Like say you've got someone who's just been born and you want to gift them for their future. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know, if you're on a budget, you know, it's a cheap gift at £40 for someone's christening. Or for someone's birth. I say cheap, it is relative to your income. But if I had a child, which I'm not sure I will, I don't know. That's a story for another day. If someone gifted this to me, I'd be over the moon for my child. So, yeah, so trading. Trading can work in this type of environment. Now let's take a look at spot price. Now spot price, I'm just going to read off the screen. So I've currently got bullion by post up. I don't think they're a great company, but they've got a very good tool for tracking spot. Now, if you was to buy gold, let's do it by the gram, and then we'll do it by the ounce. If you was to buy gold a year ago, you would have, the year low was £29 a gram. It's now £39 a gram. It's almost gained £10 in a year. So 32% it's gained. That's crazy. That is a lot of money. And it's becoming more and more popular in the media. The media has a love-hate relationship with gold. Most of the time it wants to absolutely slate it. They're like, no, gold is rubbish, it's a relic, blah, 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 blah. And then as soon as it turns, they jump on it again. Now, I was having a chat with a gentleman I sometimes deal with about this, and I said it's a double-edged sword with the media because they're quick to slate it, saying it's a barbaric relic, and a lot of companies say, well, you should only hold 10% of your portfolio in gold. But I don't personally feel that way. I really don't. I think gold is worth a lot more than 10%. And I'm quite a cynical person. Personally, I think they say that because they don't make any money on gold. The only person that makes money on gold is the dealer who will make a small spread. But there's no yearly finance fee, such as stocks and shares. You know, they're not making money on it, so they don't like to promote it. And it's within their own interests and the media's interest to turn around and say, well, actually, keep a small percentage of gold, when gold can be an absolutely fantastic hedge against inflation, and it can actually be a very good investment. So for those of you who bought a year ago, 32% up, okay, that doesn't take into account premiums, you know, maybe 25 and up after premiums. That is a good run. It works both ways. It can go the other way. It is an investment, you know, but I think at 32% on spot price, you're doing very well. You're doing very, very well. How many stocks would have made that? You know, I don't have the data in front of me. I'm just posing the question of how many stocks would make that. It's a weird market we're in though, due to quantitative easing. A lot of things have gone up crazy in price. You know, I don't tend to concern myself with spot price. I make money on the spread. I'm not trying to fool anyone. So the better I am at sourcing, the more money I make. I'm financially incentivized by going out and finding better suppliers, better stock, and being knowledgeable on the buyer side than I am on the sell side, because I will never stay in business if I rely on purely the spot price. Now, it's nice when it goes in my favor, but it doesn't matter. Now let's take a look at silver. What has silver done? So I'm not going to talk about platinum or palladium because they're out of the reach of most people. But for silver, say we're pricing it in ounces, it's probably a fairer representation, and we do it by the year. it had a low of £10.75 according to this, and a high of 13.86, which is actually wrong because it's been surpassed. So the high of 13.86 was probably from yesterday. It's currently got a price of 14.06. So you're probably talking around spot for spot 20% maybe slightly less. Nah, maybe about 17-18%. You know, that's not bad. The only problem is doing spot for spot on the silver is not a great representation of an investment in silver due to VAT and taxes, etc., etc. You need to gain 20% plus the postage before you make any money. But everyone who knows me knows I'm not a fan of selling straight to a dealer because you can make money peer to peer. Now, I do buy as an offer of last resort, but I always push selling it to someone else first, you know, because you're going to make more money. And that's ultimately why I'm trying to build the group, so everyone can keep a bit more of that income that they've spent out on their precious metals or their coin collections, you know. Now, where do I think spot is going to go? Now, personally, like I said, it doesn't matter to me. I actually think it's going up, but I don't think this is the be all and end all. I don't think it's a bubble. I don't think it's a crash. I think this is a storm in a teacup. I've been saying to a few people, I think it's going a lot higher, but I think the real money is going to be made 3, 4, 5 years down the line. So we have a lot of issues, a lot bigger than Brexit going on. And I think it's going to come back to bite us. So I'm not going to put a price on it, but I do think it's going to be a lot higher than now. You know, could I see it going to 2,000 an ounce? I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but I can see it going a lot higher than 12.30 in the medium term. In the short run, it's anyone's game. You know, you can have a piece of news come out, say Brexit's been averted and they've put everything in place. That will completely derail the price. So they're my views. Like I said, I'm not pushing it either way. Like, I make money in the buy side, not so much the sell side, and I specialise more in these types of coins. So my views are not actually that important concerning spot price. But I do think from the things I read and the indicators, I think that it's going to go up in the short run, and I do think it's going to go up in the medium run. So they're my views. If you disagree with me, then please comment. You know, like, I would like a discussion on this. It's quite important. Are you currently selling? You know, have you had enough, made enough money, and decided to get rid of your stack? Which my girlfriend probably will do, because she's made about £80 a sovereign in the space of a year. So she's done very well. So I bet I won't get a commission from that, even though I gave her for cost. But hey ho, things you do for people you like. Anyway, take care guys. Like, subscribe, and please comment.